What's up, you guys? Okay, today is the day that you can ask me anything. Will I answer? We're about to find out. Okay, so Lana, Ari, and Ray, you guys know my glam squad. They all this morning while we were getting ready for this, were going through a bunch of questions that you guys have asked, because I feel like I'm always telling you guys, ask me anything, comment below. Well, this is your moment because they've read all of your comments and questions and they put them in this little bowl here for me, and I had to hear them kikiing all morning long like, oh my God, I don't know the answer to this. I don't even know this. This is a good one. So I'm petrified and excited all at the same time to read these questions and see if there's even a possibility that I can answer them, because the way they were laughing and the way they were saying they don't know these things about me, your girl's a little concerned about what's in this pile, but we're just gonna jump in right now. Starting with number one, last thing searched on your phone and screenshot, no cheating. Where's my phone? I think my phone's upstairs in my closet. No? Oh, it is right there? We're not cheating. I'm gonna open my phone and show you right now. By the way, I think my son is awake. I think I heard him right. Okay, first of all, this is my current screensaver. Ever straight out the shower, so cute. Okay, this is what we have. Search. So I ordered some dresses from Forward. I'm covering my address, you guys. And that's the last thing I searched. That was not that interesting. Should I go to my history? Okay, my history is Forward, shopping bag Forward, a bunch of Forward stuff. A bunch of Forward stuff. Jen Atkins ethnicity is literally my search from last night, because Lana told me that Jen Atkins, who's an incredible celebrity hairstylist that I love and I'm a huge fan of, that she's Ecuadorian. I was like, hold up, pero qué? Me and Lana went through her entire Instagram last night, because that's what we do while on the phone, on speaker, and we're like, we see it. Yo, she looks Ecuadorian. Let me find out Jen Atkins is my cousin. Let me find out. So I low-key am thinking of DMing her, because I've met her several times. I got to meet her at Kim's Skin dinner for the launch of Skin. And I was thinking to myself, should I DM her and be like, oh my God, I just found out you're Ecuadorian. That's pretty cool. Just saying. To DM or not to DM, that is the question. Comment below if you think I should DM her. Maybe we could be friends. I don't think that as a Latina, people recognize, we don't hear of a lot of Ecuadorians, and that's why I even am conscious now to say it more, represent it more, just because it isn't as common as some of the other countries that you hear of. And so I'm always like, oh, I'm Puerto Rican and Ecuadorian, while granted, my mother be doing the most. The New Yorker mama be doing the most on some wepa, 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 Boricua vibes. But I am just as much Ecuadoriana and just as proud. And so when I find out somebody else is Ecuadorian, I don't know why, I'm just like, oh my God, like that's like a big deal. So comment below if you are Latina and rep your flag in the comments. Okay, what else? Old Navy in Burbank, because I definitely think that Old Navy has some of the best little onesies for my son. I feel like they grow out of things so quickly, and he also gets really messy now that he's eating, so I try not to spend a lot of money on the things that he wears around the house. So Old Navy was another one. And then I also looked up how you spell the word hors d'oeuvres, because Apple spell check is not trying to help us when it comes to the word hors d'oeuvres. So I Googled it because I was writing to Lana about a very special Fashion Week event that we are putting together for Le Voûte in September that is going to be really special. And let's just put it this way, there will be hors d'oeuvres. Moving right along. Okay, now I have to show you guys what my last snapshot was. Okay, albums. I was in a little fashion album that we put together, and I'm going to screenshots. The last thing I screenshot was my forward order. And then I also screenshot Raven Simone going live with Signos Health so that I could remember, and I also just wanted to look into what Signos Health is. So I snapshot random things like this just to be like, what's my girl working on and what is Signos Health? Maybe it's something I should look into. I have been on a health journey, but like kind of obsessed with it and like just really trying to take care of myself. I don't know if it's that I'm turning 40, but I've just been really, really aware and wanting to do like tons of panels of blood work and testing and just find out how I can optimize my health and live a long and healthy life for my baby boy. Okay, also guys, if you're wondering, just as we pulled out my phone, I'm gonna put this in my Amazon storefront because this is not Bottega Veneta, baby, this is Amazon. Moving right along. Lonnie, you wanna take my phone? Since you tried to set me up, I don't know what kind of porn you thought I was looking at on my phone, but joke's on you. Next question from you guys, here we go. It is, what is your latest food combo obsession, crazy or not? Okay, this may sound insane, but I like salt and vinegar chips dipped in coconut gelato. Don't judge me, in my mind it is giving shrimp cocktail, coconut shrimp. Like coconut shrimp vibes, the sweet and salty is my, you know, that's what I love the most, is a sweet and salty combo. So I'm obsessed with that. But there is something that I really, really, really wanna try. There's something that's going viral, but I was like, that sounds good, but this sounds better. So people are always dipping their fries in the McFlurry, but have you ever considered making an ice cream sandwich with hash browns? Like literally ice cream in the middle, hash browns, go for the bite. I'm just putting it out there, it's a thought. I don't know, would that be really good? What else have I been trying? Is there anything you've seen me do lately that you're like, that is so disgusting? I like ice cream on pizza lately. I've done that. That's like amazing to me. And I'm pretty much obsessed with this gelato called Talenti. If you haven't heard of it, it's at your local grocery store. And they have a flavor called coconut or Caribbean coconut. Baby, woo, Talenti. Also, everyone says that I say the word Talenti in a really funny way. Next pregunta. What's a fashion trend you hope makes a comeback? Fashion trend I hope makes a comeback. I'm trying to think. A fashion trend I hope makes a comeback. I could think of a lot of fashion trends I'm hoping does not. Okay. The fashion trend that I hope makes a comeback is everything high waist. I know right now we're in the 90s hip hugger vibes. Baby, your girl and this stomach is not giving old school 3LW in those hip huggers with belly chains. I need a high waist. I actually think that it accentuates having a tiny waist and hips. So I'm all about the high waist. I think it actually has never gone out of style, but I'm really hoping it becomes like all the rage. Another one I'm trying to hope. I feel like although we're in a very minimal place in fashion and I really love quiet luxury, I'm obsessed with all of that, I also really loved the necklace layering and like big bold jewelry statements. I love that bold earrings are in right now. So I hope that big bold jewelry just continues to be a thing. Okay, next. If you could exchange lives with one person for a week, who would it be? Oh my God, this is so hard. So, I recently went to Las Vegas and got to go to Martha Stewart's restaurant, The Bedford, which is hands down one of my favorite restaurants in Las Vegas now. If you have gone to Vegas or you're going to Vegas, I highly recommend visiting The Bedford. It is Martha Stewart's restaurant and it's really, really cool because the entire restaurant is pretty much a replica of her home in where? Westchester, baby. She lives right by me. My sister actually went to her estate for her estate sale, and when I tell you it is absolutely stunning. So your girl pretty much wants to be the Latina Martha Stewart. I am obsessed with her homes and the idea of her having like a china collection and the fact that I got to sit in the room where it is the replica of her stunning fireplace and eat her zucchini. It was like a zucchini focaccia bread that was to die for. I highly recommend ordering the bread basket. Said to you by the ultimate carbaholic. Martha Stewart was my answer. Okay, do you and Israel have a hall pass? Absolutely. Mine is Jack Nicholson, and Israel's hall pass is Salma Hayek, and we just recently watched the new Black Mirror episode with Salma Hayek, and pretty much he watched the episode and I watched him watch the episode, and I was actually very chill. But I just was watching him like, do you think she looks pretty in that part? And it's kind of a compliment because she is a Latina that is the exact same height as me, curvy. I'm like, if you just want to say you want another replica of me, it's fine, I get it. And I actually do think that there's something oddly similar in the look of Jack Nicholson's eyebrows in Israel. So I think there is a compliment somewhere in there. Comment below if you think hall passes are absolutely ridiculous. Is it okay to have a hall pass? I'm not okay with hall passes of people that we actually know. Celebrity hall passes, all good. Keep it a fantasy, baby, and a fantasy only. What is the coolest gift you ever received? Oh, this is a hard one. I've received some pretty cool gifts. The most recent cool gift that I received is definitely a book that Lana made me for Mother's Day. It is a very intimate book, and I think that's what makes it so special. I get it that I post a lot on Instagram, but she gets these really candid moments of my everyday personal life, literally like waking up in the morning and I'm in my bed with my baby. Sometimes me and Ever taking a bath and me being like, Lana, I forgot whatever it is, and can you run it into me? Not because she's my assistant once again, but because she's my best friend and we're just always together doing life, traveling. So my two yells are either for Israel or Lana if she's the one traveling with me. And so she put together a book of all these beautiful candids of my first 9 months with my baby boy. Do you wanna show it? It's actually right there. Okay, so I actually think these are the photos that I adore the most because there's not like glam hair and makeup. It's literally like my everyday life with the moño in my hair. And here's the book. Hold on. I'll kind of give you guys a little peek into it. Thank you. First of all, how aesthetically pleasing is that? How chic. I hope that I get one every year for Mother's Day. Hint, hint. But I just think it's a really personal, cool idea. It says Ever and Mommy, and for me it's always important to spell Mommy M-A-M-I because that's how I spell it for my mom. I think it's the Spanish version, but when he was born, this is a letter from Lana in the opening, but these are like pictures that people have never seen. This is the first time I took Ever out. Some of them you have seen. I think I may have put this on my stories, but it was taken by Lana. These are photos no one's seen. The first time he ever went on a swing. This is us waking up in the morning. Like, who would be able to capture that other than Iz? So Lana got some pretty intimate, special moments of me and my boy, bath times and feedings in New York and his little feet and so much more. This is actually my favorite photo, and I think I'm gonna have it blown up and printed for our bathroom. We don't have any art above our toilet currently, and I just think it would look really chic and beautiful, but this is pretty much the mist of her. This is her point of view from outside of the shower of me and Ever. This was 4 o'clock in the morning, getting ready for our commute, in my office with my boy, in the makeup chair. Like, there's just so many beautiful moments of the first few months of being a mom, and I cherish this gift. Okay, what is the worst fashion decision you ever made? Ugh. Guys, I've made a lot. I've made a lot of bad fashion decisions. I think my least favorite as of late is just wearing anything that I'm not comfortable in. I'm so sick of going out and being like self-conscious or feeling like the moment I walk into the room, I wanna give a disclaimer for, my arms are out, I'm so over that. So currently, my least favorite fashion thing that I'm doing is going anywhere uncomfortable. Comfortability is key for me. What as seen on TV product do you secretly wanna buy? Yo, I owned the Bump It, right? It was the Bump It, right? That gave you hair, like little elevation. It's not necessarily TV products. For me, it's these damn Instagram things that get me every time, and I swear I want all of it. Comment below if you think there's any that I should try out. Should we do an episode of Instagram made me buy it, and I can try out some of the things and see if they really work so that you don't spend your hard-earned money on porqueria. You need a junk. Porqueria is junk, yeah. What is the weirdest dream you ever had? Guys, I recently had a dream with Zuri Hall, who I work with over at E, and it was a dream that we were both auditioning to play Whitney Houston in a biopic. How that makes sense, I will never understand. Zuri makes total sense, me not so much. And there was like this weird thing going on, and we were like, it was a very intense dream. Okay, what is the weirdest dream you ever had though, that I ever had? Okay. I have a recurring dream that happens all the time, and if you are into, interpreting dreams, comment below, let me know what this might mean, if this has any significance. I have reoccurring dreams of places that I live that I've actually never been to in real life. So I have this apartment in New York City that I go to all the time in my dreams. And in my dreams, I know that this is an apartment that I need to pay rent on, and I'm worried that I have not paid rent on this apartment and that all my old things, I see racks and racks of clothing, and specifically 3LW clothing from Topshop. Topshop opened in London way before it came to the States, and when I was in 3LW, we took a trip to London, and I remember spending, to me, what was so much money. I asked my mom if I could pretty please get $1,000 to go on a huge shopping spree. This was break the bank, major shopping spree, and I spent $1,000 in Topshop, and I bought belly chains and necklaces and belt chains and tons of accessories and t-shirts and all these kinds of things. And for some reason in this dream, those are the items on the rack in a storage of just tons of stuff. And it's this old apartment, and I always go back to it in my dreams. I know exactly where it's located. I can see it. It's a small walk up. It's so weird, but I've never been to this place in real life, and it has so much detail and so much familiarity to me that it's a place I know, in my soul, but I've never been there in real life. Is that weird? Comment below if you have any thoughts on a weird dream. Do you have dreams of places that you go to that you've never been to? I don't know, it's so strange. Okay, we've got two more. If you got to choose your name, what would it be? I think this is so interesting, and we actually played this game for Mother's Day during our tea time, and I asked my mother if she would rename me, and she had a terrible name that she was gonna give me. I was supposed to be Mathia. Fun fact, my mother thought I was a boy, and so because she had already had a daughter, everyone thought I was a boy. I actually my mom was gifted at her baby shower a lot of boy clothing, so I actually wore a lot of boy clothes as a baby, specifically a lot of Oshkosh Bagosh corduroy overalls. I was born in the fall winter, so I had a lot of those things, and my mother was gonna name me Matthew, was it Edison? Can you ask her?
Hilda, what was Adrienne gonna be named if she was a boy? Mathia?
No, if I was a boy, Mom.
What was the middle name? She can't remember.
Mom, you said Matthew Edison?
Give her a pass.
Was it Edison or Matthew Edouard? Matthew? Oh, damn, Claudette was gonna get a crazy Latino name. I mean, that's crazy, but my mom just said right now, if Claudette had been a boy, she would have been Tomás Eduardo. How you go from Tomás Eduardo to Claudette Marie? Really, you didn't want a boy? Okay, so I was gonna be Matthew, and then if I was gonna be a girl, they were gonna name me Mathia. Do I look like a Mathia? I don't know. And then Mom, on Mother's Day, you said that if you could rename me today, like you had to rename me now after knowing me for almost 40 years, and you cannot use Adrienne or Eliza, you said you would name me... Mom.
She said Jesus.
She would name me Jesus after knowing me for 40 years. I understand that. Paloma is an option, and Grace. So I think I'd be Paloma Grace. That's actually a beautiful name. I totally would not mind being Paloma Grace. I just would hate that people would be like, Paloma. Hey, Paloma. Hey, Lomita. Like, I don't know what my nickname would be. But I like Paloma Grace is actually a pretty name. Tell me what you guys think about if my name was Paloma Grace. Mine, do I know mine? If I was gonna rename myself, now I can't remember. I think I said Sophia. That I felt like I looked like a Sophia. Like if today you guys, I was like, hey, what's up, I'm Sophia. Would you guys believe that? Do I look like a Sophia? But it's giving Vergara, so I don't know about that. Let me think of another name. I would want to be, what other name could I be? When I was younger, I always wanted my name to be Maria. I just felt like that was like it was giving super Latinidad. If I had to rename myself, I wouldn't, if I didn't have Ever, I like the name Ever for a girl too. I like the name Ever, I like the name, oh my God, it's way too modern, but I love the name Arrow for a girl, and I would still have my same initial. So I would love the name Arrow, and you guys could just call me Ro. I would rename myself Arrow. Arrow James. And I'd be like, hi, my name is Arrow James. Hey, what's up? It's your girl Arrow. That would be cool. I'm here for it. I also really love the name Israel. Remember, I had to use Israel's credit card, and I went into Nordstrom, and I had to lie and say that my name was Israel, and it was a Latino. He was like, I've only met men named Israel. I'm like, oh, it's Israel. Which technically, like if you know the Christmas song, the King of Israel. So I would love if my name was Israel, and then all of my friends can just call me Elle for short. What's your name? Hi, Israel, pleasure to meet you. That's fly, Israel, and everyone just calls me Elle for short. I'm sticking with that one. Last question, drum roll please. If you could have a lifetime supply of anything, what would it be? A lifetime supply of anything. Gotta be really smart about this one. I don't know why I think of food, and I'm like, what would I want a lifetime supply of, like food-wise? But that's like not healthy that the first thing I went to was food. If I could have a lifetime supply of anything, I would want it to be something for my son, but I don't know what. A lifetime supply of Bobby formula. No, he's only gonna drink that for so much longer. A lifetime supply of, what is something I use a lot? Oh, this is easy for me. I would love a lifetime supply of Kiehl's facial moisturizer, because I swear, I just told Lana the other day, I'm like, why don't I have stock in this company? Like, this is ridiculous. Like the amount that I use, I have miniature versions, I have jumbo versions, it is my go-to, my tried and true. I've tried a million other things, and I've even loved using other things, but I always go back to Kiehl's facial moisturizer. And that, my friends, is a mic drop. Well, there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my answers to these questions. If you have a question that you were like, man, I wish she would have answered this, put it in the comments below because, hey, we could do like a part 2, a 3, 4, and 5. She's gonna be answering all the questions. I also hope you learned something new about me that maybe you didn't know. And most of all, I hope that you subscribed to this channel, Love Always Adrienne, and that you also hit the notification button so that you get notified every time there is a new episode every Friday. I love you guys. Besitos. Mwah.